So you're thinking about solo travelling and where to start. This video will give you some ideas. You may want to start in Europe, and a good place to start is France, specifically the south of France. You can fly into Nice and from spring through to autumn enjoy the coastal sunny weather. France is a relatively safe country, and if you haven't travelled solo before, it's a good place to start. Of course, another option is to start with the bright lights of Paris. But if you go to Nice, you can travel up and down the Riviera, into Italy and across to Venice via Florence or Milan. Italy too is a good place to start, with its ancient history and beautiful architecture. There's a lot to see. If you like mountains, the Alps are fantastic. Switzerland being one of my favourite European countries for solo travel. There's so much to do, either in summer or winter. So that's 3 countries to start with in Western Europe. I'll come back to mainland Europe a bit later in the video. If you're coming to Europe from across the Atlantic, you don't have to fly straight to the European mainland. You can stop off en route to break the flight. Iceland, the Azores or the Canary Islands are all great transatlantic stop-off points for a solo traveller. They also have good access from Europe. They all have plenty to do, and if you hostel or stay in small guest houses, there's a good chance you will meet people along the way. Gran Canaria is a favourite for digital nomads and is well set up for solo travellers. With its rugged but beautiful landscapes, you can enjoy the beaches year-round or try your hand at surfing in the Atlantic Ocean. The Azores have fantastic volcanic landscapes to explore, with beautiful towns in Portuguese style, dolphins and whales in the surrounding waters, and you can enjoy the coastal landscapes far from any other land. Iceland too has amazing volcanic landscapes. The people are friendly, and the island is well set up to get tourists out into the country to see the sights. If you head up north, there are waterfalls and beautiful fjords to hunt out, but there are plenty of attraction close to Reykjavik too if you have less time. But maybe you want to start solo travelling in Southeast Asia. In this case, Thailand is a good place to start. With temples, islands and beaches, there is much to see. Thailand has a good tourist infrastructure, and many people there speak at least some English. It may be better that you've done some travelling before as a couple or in a group, but watch out for scams and you should be okay. It seemed fairly safe to me. It's an amazing start to Southeast Asia, and many go back there for further trips. Japan too is a good country to start exploring Asia from. If you hostel, it should keep the costs down. It seemed very safe to me, and plenty of people spoke English in the main tourist destinations. It has beautiful temples, fascinating culture, and some lovely countryside. Like Thailand, it has great food with so many interesting dishes to try. I kept my travel plans straightforward there, and this made travelling in a country very different to the West easier. Bali too is on the list, simply because it's such a popular destination in Southeast Asia. Many tourists stay in the south of the island, but if you want to see more of the island and its culture, you need to head north. Past Ubud, the island becomes less touristy and more interesting. But if you're there to party and make friends with other travellers, the south may have all you need. Again, keep your eyes open for scams and petty theft, and you should be okay. Istanbul is one of my favourite destinations for solo travel. Its incredible mix of east and west make it a very interesting city in normal circumstances. Its setting on the Bosphorus with its grand mosques along the skyline are something you have to see. I did get approached by scammers there too, but they weren't too difficult to shake off, and once you got away from the main tourist areas, they were none. So those are a few options in Asia. Now back to some more from Europe. Croatia and Greece are 2 options in Eastern Europe. Both have beautiful coastal locations to explore. Greece's islands are world famous, and some of them bucket list destinations, such as Santorini and Mykonos. Solo travel is definitely an option here, and you may want to choose islands that are known for being good for solo travellers, like Ios. Many tourists will go there in the summer months, but I prefer shoulder season when things are a bit quieter, but that's up to you. Croatia is equally beautiful. Its islands are also amazing, and it has interesting historical cities such as Split and Dubrovnik, which make great solo travel locations with plenty to do. Maybe you want to choose one of these countries to start with, or maybe if you have time do both. Either way, you'll have a great time there solo. On the west side of Europe, Portugal is one of the best countries in Europe for solo travel. Lisbon is one of the major cities in Europe for digital nomads, and is well set up for solo travel. With its long coastline, there are many beach locations to visit, as well as some great cities. Lisbon and Porto are good places to start. The Portuguese islands are also good places for solo travel. I've mentioned the Azores already, but Madeira too is a beautiful island with plenty to do. You can easily spend a week here exploring. It has amazing coastal landscapes, beautiful Portuguese-style towns and villages, and fantastic hiking in the mountainous interior. Madeira is somewhere I'd be happy to go back to and explore some more. Not forgetting Northern Europe, the Netherlands is one of the easier countries to travel if you are English speaking. Most Dutch people speak good English. Amsterdam is well known for its canals, and there are quite a few other cities easily reachable from there that have plenty to see. I'm a fan of Rotterdam, and you can spend several days there exploring its modern urban landscape. Train travel is comprehensive, and it's easy to use trains to get around the country and see some less visited parts. If you're interested in seeing more of the north of Europe, the Netherlands is a good jumping off point. Then lastly, Australia. Due to its distance from the rest of the world, I would recommend allowing longer for a trip to Australia. I'd plan at least 3 weeks, but many travellers stay much longer. The East Coast is well set up for solo travel, with many hostels and good transport options for getting up and down the coast. Sydney and Melbourne are the major cities to see, and there are more rural locations to travel through, such as the Great Ocean Road near Melbourne. If you have more time, then you can go into Australia's interior or across to the west. There are some amazing national parks to see in the west, such as Ningaloo and Karijini, as well as Perth and its sister city Fremantle. Australia is an amazing place for solo travel. Its similarities with the English-speaking parts of the world make it an easy place to start off with. So those are some of the locations I'd suggest for starting off solo travelling. Let me know in the comments any locations you enjoyed solo. Solo travelling can be challenging, but this makes it very rewarding, and it's a great way to grow as a person. Hope this was interesting or useful, and thanks for watching.